Ava Glancy, Wildflower Community School, transgender validation.
Hi, my name is Eva Glancy. I would like to thank council members Johnson, Ballard, Hoheisel, and Tuttle for signing the proclamation for Trans Day of Visibility. Um, I go to Wildflower School at 1650 North Fairview in District 6. Um, and
Hi, Council. I'm Molly Stevenson. I'm Eva and Ash's teacher and the founder at Wildflower Community School. Um, my students are wonderful and civically engaged and attentive people. And this issue in particular is near and dear to our heart in our community. Eva and Ash had some thoughts to share with you guys today. One of the thoughts in particular is we would like to have a conversation, Mayor Wu, with our students and you about the city's ongoing commitment to inclusion. Having a diverse and inclusive city is good business. There's lots of data about that. Trans people, as Maggie shared with us earlier, are one of the most at-risk groups of people, really in the whole country. Trans youth, in particular, have some of the worst mental health outcomes of any population group across the country. Our little private school is a place where we have a lot of representation of the gender expansive and LGBTQIA community. We are excited to be able to support that community, to recognize them, to just be a good acknowledgement to both their validity and their existence. Eva, Ash, and other students, we've been in Topeka, we've talked about similar things with other lawmakers and how the things that get decided in rooms like this have real implications for the health and well-being of our young people, of the rest of our city, but particularly, I think as an educator, it's important that you all hear that having one affirming person in a gender expansive student's life, so affirming being saying their chosen name and pronouns, recognizing their space for existence, reduces the risk of suicide and other adverse mental health outcomes by 40%. It is a huge preventative factor. It's a huge protective factor. And we have made it a bit of our mission in our school, and especially in our secondary classroom, to make sure that we share that data. Would you like to share anything else? No? All right. Thank you for hearing us today. And Eva, thank you for letting me jump in on your time. I'm glad you're here. Yes. Thank you, council members.
Eva and Molly, I believe, thank you for speaking. Councilmember Ballard.
Thank you, Mayor. I just wanted to say thank you so much for being brave and especially having our youth engage at any level makes me really happy to see. So thank you for being here.
Councilmember Hoheisel.
Thank you, Mayor. I still get nervous talking up here every single week, so please relay to them that we understand, we feel it here, and it takes a lot of bravery to get up here and to speak in front of everybody, especially on some of these more sensitive issues. So please relay that.
Councilmember Johnson.
Thanks, Mayor. I too just wanted to share for Eva that I get nervous as well, but also that I appreciate the courage shown to come up here and speak whatever she wanted to say, what was on her mind, and just want to encourage her going forward when she sees this, that she matters and her voice matters. And I'm appreciative that she was willing to step forward and use it, and want to encourage her to do so as she gets older.
Councilmember Glasscock.
Thank you, Mayor. To Eva, I believe in the hallway, and to Ash, I just want to say that you're welcome in this place. This is your space as much as it is anybody in our communities. I want you to feel in this community that you're welcome, that you're heard, and that you're seen as well. And so thank you for being here. Thank you for speaking out, especially as young people. We need to engage more young people in the process. And so thank you for being involved today, and thank you for being here. And don't be nervous in this space. I know it can be incredibly nervous at the bench, but up here, you're not going to seek judgment. And so thank you for being here.
I see no more council members. I will just add to Teacher Molly as well as Eva outside. This is a respectful community. This is an inclusive community, and having dialogue is important. And my favorite part about being mayor, since I'm an ambassador for this community, is to go out to schools. My favorite part is going to schools with young people under the age of 18 who cannot vote, who have the desire to make a change in the world. And I would be open and happy to come and dialogue. And I would believe that any of our council members have that same opportunity. Anyone in the community can ask any council member as well as the mayor to speak at any school or classroom. All you have to do is go to the website wichita.gov/citycouncil, and there are opportunities for that engagement. And I believe that more engagement and more dialogue is important. But having grown up in this community since I was 8 years old, I can tell you this is an inclusive community and a respectful community, and it will continue to be that way. Mr. Clerk, please call the next individual.
Ash White, Wildflower Community School, transgender validation.
Hello, my name is Ash White, and I am a student at Wildflower Community School, District 6. I would like to start by saying thank you to council members Johnson, Ballard, Hoheisel, and Tuttle for voting for the Trans Day of Visibility proclamation. Trans Day of Visibility was celebrated Sunday in our school building, and it was a wonderful experience. Being able to express ourselves is incredibly important. This proclamation shows us that you care. I would like to ask for a meeting with Mayor Wu to talk about inclusion policies and practices to keep Wichita a safe and inclusive. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ash. And again, like I said earlier, anytime that you want to engage with either council members or the mayor, we get asked oftentimes to come to schools and have that engagement. Again, it's wichita.gov/citycouncil, and that is available to any school, homeschool as well. We want that engagement, and we like to hear from young people because, again, many of the decisions we make from this bench are for the future, and you are the future, all of the young people in our community. And just as a reminder, no rights were taken away from anyone based off of a proclamation. What this council does is a lot of resolutions, and that was not a resolution. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello again. Once again, I'm Molly Stevenson, and I'm teacher and operator at a small independent school here in Wichita. I want to thank Mr. Hoheisel, for your remarks earlier about inclusion and safety and proclaiming that loudly. I do think that's fundamentally important. Being seen is a fundamental human right. And for us as a place and as a city and a state that wants to retain people who belong here, saying out loud that we celebrate that you're present here is important, that you're welcome here is important. Trans people are not a special interest group. They're people. They are people that want to be mostly just treated with human rights, you know, and not to be othered and ostracized. Visibility is the very first step in representation. Representation is what you all are here for. You all understand, like, the importance of representing the people in your community. Visibility has to happen before real representation can happen. So proclamations like that one should just be a celebration of, I know you're in our community, I see you, and I care about you. I would like you to consider that, particularly going forward when you're deciding what is worthy of a proclamation or not. I think your citizenry, who they are, what they need from you, is probably one of the most worthy things you could celebrate. Having a group be acknowledged when they have been historically not acknowledged, and when they are facing so much federally and at the state level too, about the simple existence of their life, is a really, really powerful thing. For you to say that Wichita is a place that acknowledges that you belong and are valuable here means a lot to a people group that really just wants to exist. You can take that same concept and apply it to any other marginalized people group. We have a culture right now that is erasing giant parts of our history, our narrative, where we're whitewashing over things in the way that we share stories and acknowledge people's contributions to our society. As a teacher, I talk a lot about this with my students. How and who gets to tell the stories of our people is so important to our identity as a nation, but really also as a city, right? This whole issue is gonna be a defining issue for you all, about how you relate to the people in the city, right? We're talking about proclamations, and I agree, Representative Johnson, this is like ridiculous to be here 2 weeks later having the same conversation, but it is kind of a catalyst, right, of what are our value systems as a city around people, right? Who do we care about? How do we show that Wichita is a place of belonging? So I think this gives you an opportunity as a council in your procedures to affirm or not affirm who you are as leaders going forward. Are you representatives of people who may not be very visible without something like a proclamation? Thank you for hosting us today and hearing our students. We, in our setting, are very consistently wanting to make sure that our kids know that they belong in all the spaces. We don't want our kids to want to leave Wichita. We don't want our kids to want to leave Kansas. We want them to be valued here. We want them to be heard. Spaces like this where they're welcome definitely gives them that opportunity. But to hear things like recognizing people groups is maybe not the function of the council, sends a message that I don't know that I'm comfortable with as a teacher. And I hope as you sit with that as a council, you can also maybe not be comfortable with that as well, because what are you saying to the people you represent? So, thank you.
Thank you, Molly.
Mhm.